Doctor, you first.
So as opposed to ivermectin, which at least is a molecule of interest, where the WHO says that it can still be used in the context of a trial where the evidence hasn't completely evolved, I don't think anybody recommends doxycycline. It is an antibiotic. Maybe some doctors initially used it with the idea that, if this is not COVID, it is some bacterial infection in the community while we are waiting for the swab, etc. Maybe give a safe antibiotic. Maybe that's the rationale with which the prescription started. But to the best of my knowledge, this is not a molecule of interest, or it's not a drug that has shown any proven benefit for COVID-19.
Okay, no proven benefit, you say. What about you, Dr. Anjan?
Well, did you ask me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, right. If you listen to the term a safe antibiotic, this is the reason people were giving it, because again it had minimal side effects. So doxycycline, azithromycin, they have all been used, and it has been rightly pointed out that they were being used because earlier on, whenever we had a viral infection, we knew that nothing is going to work. We also know that viral infections may be followed by some amount of bacterial infection. So there were a lot of people who were giving antibiotics at time zero when they were treating viral infections. And this would be true for this virus also. So there is no evidence to use doxycycline. Let's be honest. It's an antibiotic. Again, it's an antibiotic without any major side effects. And there are not very many people who should be writing it.
Okay.
Similarly to ivermectin, doxycycline is also
a follow-up question to this. So doxycycline, it was a good tie for me when I wanted to pick up this drug for discussion versus azithromycin. So I've had people in my family, when they got COVID, they took azithromycin. In fact, the first thing you do the minute you start showing any symptoms at all is take azithromycin. What exactly is the science behind this though?
See, the stand is, this is the problem in a pandemic. Suppose anybody in the family gets COVID and you tell him that you just got to take paracetamol and nothing else and sit home. That's the way earlier on it was treated by NHS in USA. Just go home, take plenty of water, good nutritious food and paracetamol, and that's all. Well, in India, it doesn't work. Somebody phones you up and says you take XYZ, you start taking XYZ. So somebody says doxycycline, 100 milligram morning, evening, fine, for 5 days, it's okay. You know that in 85% of people, this virus disease is going to take care of its own self, and you attribute it to doxycycline. Somebody tells you ivermectin.
You're telling me the patients and the patient behavior is forcing doctors to prescribe these drugs?
Yes, it's not only that. All people treating COVID-19 in hospitals, and I am one of them, we are under tremendous pressure to use medications. I call it social indications of using medications. Come to me and third week and you will pressurize me from 10 people to use remdesivir when everybody knows it won't work. Fourth week you want us to give you plasma. It doesn't work at all, and now it is out of guidelines. The same is with Tosi. The cost has gone up. I can get it for 2 lakh of rupees. Please give it to it. It's not there. A medicine has to be taken at the right time. And this pandemic has taught us one thing. Only 3 things work: oxygen, heparin or blood thinner, and maybe steroids and remdesivir. And we should know what works when in which phase of the disease. If you take steroids from day 0, you're going to really land up